Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gents, and welcome to Corncast number 36. I'm your host, Pip Boy, joined as always by James, the biggest Malteser lover. How you doing?
That's the most factual name I've had so far. I'm good. I'm happy with that.
We got Audio Jungle Jim.
Audio Jungle.
And the Fallout follower himself, Ruben.
Welcome back to another episode of Fallout Follower.
Before we get too deep into the episode, just want to shout out the Patreon over at Patreon, where you can get your name read out of the midsection and makes the audio version of the show possible. So we made it, guys. We finally made it to the beautiful hills of Appalachia, right? Is that what it's called?
Appalachia, isn't it?
Appalachia, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I've spent a lot of time here. It's a kind of a bit snowy at the moment. It's a bit dreary in the location we've picked, but we listen to the jarlings. We take ourselves to new environments when necessary.
Mm-hmm. I definitely needed a holiday, and I'm glad we're here.
Yeah, we're still wearing our masks to be safe and everything, but
yeah.
What is it? The 6 meter rule? 6
Really...
foot rule?
The 6 Fallout rule?
Yeah, the 6 Fallout rule.
Which, oh yeah, I forgot to say, this is the world's #1 Fallout 76 podcast. We got tons of tips and tricks and all sorts. Tips of the battle pass, and we got reductions in the store and stuff. Everything you need for Fallout 76 news and updates. So, as we do in every Fallout episode, we got to go over to the comment Crucible to just round off some conversations from the last episode that were left too open. Macaroni Cheese is going to start us off. Hearing James talk about beating the shit with a wooden spoon is genuinely one of the funniest things I've heard in months. Cheers, Mingers. Yeah, that was something. I would recommend going and listening to that shit story if you don't know what he's talking about. But
was it really a wooden spoon you used?
Yes, because the other utensils you use in the kitchen, the only one that's disposable enough is a wooden spoon. So it's grab that, because you don't want to use like a burger flipper and then clean it, because it's just like, no, it's been in places it shouldn't. So yeah, it was a spoon.
Yeah, Just a Black Beanie says, it really saddens me to hear that such vile acts are referred to as gooning. Last episode we talked about the addicts, whoever.
I wouldn't say it's a vile act.
Well, no, this is why they didn't finish. I have a Bulgarian friend nicknamed Goon. Her full name is pronounced as Gooner. I'm sure she'll want a name change after I break the bad news. I would say to just not tell her. If she's gone this far without knowing, just don't break it to her.
Yeah,
that's life-ruining shit right there.
All of us knew, none of us associated the word goon with gooning, though.
Me?
No,
I did.
Oh, well, I didn't.
Yeah, it's probably...
Well, that's only because James, being an ex-gooner, of course, knows what gooning is.
No, I just know. I'm knowledgeable on weird fetish stuff. I just know those things.
Yeah, just keep it quiet, though.
Yeah, of course.
Tom Higgins has a reference to the death slide at Bowood. I had a friend that got a bad friction burn on the death slide at Bowood. His shirt rode up as he slid down backwards and burnt his entire stomach. It was terrible. Hope you mingers had better experiences out there. And Lewis Webb said, holy shit, Bowood, LMAO. I remember some dude dunked me off the edge of the death slide when I was 7 or something because I was taking so long to slide off. Shit's scary, thanks for the memory, Goonies.
No, honestly, the death slide is just incredible.
It's got like a real rep, I guess, around here, is being the challenge for kids to do.
I remember being super scared for it, because I'd always walk up there, but I'd always go back down, like, oh no, I'm too scared. And be the shameful kid who's going down the really narrow stairs by themselves all the way down.
I remember doing up there a few times and being like, nope.
Yeah, because it's like there's a fucking wooden ledge, and then there's a slide under the wooden ledge, so you have to literally commit yourself like off this ledge and then hit the slide. I couldn't get past that.
That's why I couldn't do it. It was the climbing over bit and sitting and deciding, okay, I'm gonna slide. Plus everyone just got a friction burn from it anyway, so
I did it once and then I was just like, what have I been missing out on?
I used to hang off by my fingertips So like stomach first, like in this comment.
Oh.
I never suffered a burn there. It was the safest way for me. You got to do the tuck and slide.
Stone Weevil did the tuck and slide and said, well, he's got some critique for my paleontology ideas. Silly Alex, he claims to be into paleontology, but also thinks Pangaea was around at the same time as humans. Pangaea was in the process of breaking up 65 million years ago. The continents were mostly in their current positions by the time Homo sapiens evolved. I don't remember saying that they existed at the same time. I think it was just getting confused in the conversation.
You were talking about the land bridge.
Yeah, Jim was talking about the land bridge, and I'd never heard of it. So I assumed I wasn't sure if he was being colourful with his language and describing
it is a land
bridge.
No, it wasn't Pangaea, but it was because the sea level decreased so much that there was a bridge of land between two continents.
Yeah, I've never heard of this before. So, got to learn new things sometimes.
I heard it on YouTube. It's definitely real.
Yep. Facts.
And Sven is going to round off this section. Last cast you mentioned wanting to be launched by one of those giant sheets you play with in primary school. Let me introduce you to Inuit or Eskimo blanket tossing, where people of an Inuit village launch each other into the air by holding a sealskin blanket above the ground. It's part of the... Apologies for me butchering this in advance. Naluk Attack or Whaling Festival. I'm not an Inuit or anything, I just happen to be doing a research project on them.
Man, that shit looks fucking fun as fuck.
Yeah, you just go find a few seals, club them down, get their skin, tie them together, and then you got a...
Launch pad.
A launch pad, yeah. Let's do some topics.
I've got a topic.
Wait.
I've got a topic.
Can we do this one first, because it has to be addressed, that being the state of the jar subreddit right now.
I wouldn't, personally. I wouldn't acknowledge it.
No, we have to acknowledge it, because it's like a key part of the show. We can't just ignore it until it goes back to normal. So,
I'm getting bad vibes. I went on the new Reddit, the FNAF Reddit, and I got really bad vibes.
Well, let me give some context for people who just have no idea what we're talking about. So... Whoever is modding, I guess, the Jarmedia subreddit has been on it recently with the memes and stuff. And on one of the Corncasts, I guess we jokingly referred to this show as for the question segment to go to r/FNAF to leave your suggestions. And somehow this Redditor has snagged r/FNAF, and now it's like a Jarmedia subreddit. But it's also got a trickle of people who still think it's like a FNAF subreddit, so they put like weird posts like is this a FNAF subreddit? What is all this about? So it's really confusing, and it's like a funny joke. I don't know how long this is gonna last though. The suggestion thread for this episode is was all on that subreddit, so how long it's going to be this way, I don't know. We have no control over it. I just wanted to kind of throw it out there. So
it just like, is this the actual jar subreddit now?
Yes, because when you go to the official jar subreddit, there's just a link
please go back
to the FNAF one. We've moved to
Can we please
FNAF.
go back to r/Jarmedia as one of the subjects as well?
Yeah. Yeah, so as soon as we go back to normal, we'll let you know on here, but man, we don't control this stuff. It's alive. But sorry, James, what did you have to bring up?
It's nothing super important, but before, we have talked about Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
They've extended the final season till the not final season. So that's next year. And there was an announcement today, on the Sunday, the 4th of April, of a new JoJo. So I'm gonna go back and watch all of the JoJos to get up to speed, ready for the new JoJo. Because I know a lot of Jarlings love JoJo, and Attack on Titan is fucking awful. So it's time to watch something good. That's all I'm saying.
So what? They've extended the Attack on Titan last season, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's just there's a part 2 now.
Oh, okay.
I have no effort to like watch it.
Well, you guys were all hot on it a few weeks ago or something, a few months ago.
Yeah,
and now
well,
it's
that
nothing.
was. Yeah.
Peter out or
I
something.
just sort of realized, like, yeah, well, the thing is, when so many episodes are just like, when so much of so many episodes is so boring, you kind of don't give a shit unless you can watch all of it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just not
So,
interested till
yeah.
it's done.
I finished the 3rd season, and it lost the vibe from the 1st season that made it really hype and cool.
Yeah, the hype is gone.
And I just don't like where it's going. And I've heard so much about JoJo and like it's all over Twitter, like fuck JoJo, a new JoJo. So I'm just gonna go into JoJo and see how I enjoy that. Hopefully it sucks me in and I can look forward to this new JoJo.
It has a real cult following, that's for sure.
It
You see it
has
everywhere.
mental. Yeah.
What is it?
JoJo. It's
JoJo's
like
Bizarre Adventure.
in my mind,
what is
it's
Is
like
JoJo the one with the to be continued meme?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like in
Yeah.
terms of meme, it's like there's Initial D, there's Berserk, there's fucking JoJo. They're like the meme gods of anime memes. So I
Yeah.
just have to. For the memes, I have to watch JoJo. But I'm probably going to start with the ones people don't like some really early like 90s stuff, and then go to the stuff that everyone loves. But yeah, JoJo. I just want to acknowledge it because people be like, JoJo! JoJo! JoJo!
So I had a bullshit moment this morning when I was walking the dogs. I got into a field and let them off, and then I didn't notice there was a fucking swan just chilling in the corner.
Oh.
So Paisley sees it and she like gets all hard and like she thinks he's tough and like has a standoff with a swan, which is some bullshit. Because like, so you know what swans are like? They don't retreat or back down.
No, they use their
The swan
complete
would beat
size.
Paisley.
But I was amazed. She showed no fear. She was going right up to it and like just barking right in its face. And she just wasn't listening. It was very bad.
Do you actually think a dog could beat a swan?
I think a dog could easily take out a swan, but it's more like swans are so
To be
bolshy.
decisive.
Yeah. And
You would have to just go straight for the throat, like just kill it to beat a swan.
Let's look. Like, I'm quite scared of swans.
who isn't?
Do you
But-
think in a life or death situation you could take out a swan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because think about their main weapons. They've got their stupid beak thing and their stupid feet things.
You'd have to be decisive and go for its fucking throat as well. You have to go for the
Well,
killing blow
But
immediately.
I actually
It's
imagine
like-
just grabbing it by the head and then using gravity against it and just spinning round.
Oh, yeah.
No, you know what we
Maybe
said.
tie it in a knot or something. Fuck.
You know what we said about ostriches. You just
Yeah.
club their fucking like long neck. That's what you do with a swan.
No, that's if you have a machete.
Oh my god. So isn't it?
What
It's
kind of-
illegal
what-
to kill swans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
that's
that's not
bullshit.
true. That is not.
Yeah.
That's not true. It's only illegal in one specific like pond or river in England because that's the Queen's like one.
Oh, so you're telling me I
It's
could have just
outside of
taken
there.
the swan out and all my issues with
Yes.
him for...
Mm-hmm.
Just
yeah,
because
it's not illegal.
Damn.
People think it is, but it's only in
Well,
one.
I'm going to go
specific
back there
area.
tomorrow and find it.
You would have. You'd end up on shout out. You'd be like,
Yeah,
"Who
the swan
killed this
killer.
lovely, beautiful bird?" There's a swan killer. Just the one swan killer, actually.
But how was Argy? Did he try?
He was
or
way
he-
more scared of it, as you'd imagine. But Paige is
I think
more...
it might be down to size.
Yeah,
then.
she's more
Yeah.
the same
Swans make
size.
themselves. They make themselves fucking huge with their fucking wings. Paisley, she hasn't got the brain to like be like fear. She doesn't get it.
What
Yeah,
can a swan do?
like nip.
No, I think it.
Yeah,
probably
that's
And they
it.
make a lot of noise
Um,
too. They... It's horrible.
No, but I mean, if it is a life or death, what can a swan do?
probably infect you with horrible diseases.
Nah, they're birds.
Nah, have you seen
Yeah,
those
birds
teeth?
can
Jim?
carry
They've got-
horrible stuff.
Yeah. they've
Yeah,
got
but
some
like
fucked teeth.
the likelihood of something that doesn't even have teeth of drawing blood is like
Yeah,
kind of
apparently
like they have no defense mechanism, so they just act tough.
Yeah, and a fake law protects them. That's how they've gotten by us for so many years.
Yeah. No, it's time we took them down. They've been around way too long. They don't belong.
A revolution against the swans.
Yeah.
So in my last... Actually, no, I've got a couple more little things to shout out. A little mini topic roundup before anyone else has anything. I was just looking up if anyone else had defined what a Dibby is online. And I found on Urban Dictionary a blogger by the name of Dibsy in 2009 apparently came up with the term Dibby. And their definition was, and this is so 2009, cool in a strange, weird, or random way. That was what their version of Dibby meant. So their like example was when you experience a day even semi-related to flying ninjas, laser shooting bears, and or vampire clowns, you know you've just experienced what is to several bloggers as a very Dibby day.
Wait, that's a different type of Dibby. That's like an adjective Dibby.
I guess. I just wanted to know your guys' thoughts on it was all. I thought it was interesting.
It's surprisingly accurate. The true Dibby meaning.
A Dibby day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other main thing I wanted to shout out was I gave the video game Outriders a try, which I guess people are talking about because it's the new Destiny thing. One of the worst first impressions from like a new thing, new game, new franchise that I've experienced. I'm so glad I didn't pay money for it. It's on Game Pass, so I just downloaded it, played it for like half an hour, just uninstalled it. Like it. Why would you just introduce your game in this really awkward way where it's just a bunch of uninteresting exposition from these like cringy characters driving around these like... What would be the best way to describe them, Jim? You've seen like the intro. They're driving these like vans around that look like... they look like Fortnite toys or something. They look like... I don't know, it's really simplified.
They look like toys, yeah.
Yeah, everything looks like toys and there's like a cowboy
you know what
for some reason.
They make me think of the big wheeled things in Star Wars Episode 3.
Well, the turbo tanks.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but the turbo tanks are actually sick and look cool when they move. So
yeah, they're better.
It's like if the turbo tanks weren't sick, didn't have cool moving wheels, and like weren't dynamic in the way they like interacted with the environment. It's just a boring ass game. It's like the most generic thing I've like played. There's nothing interesting attached to it at all. I just don't understand. It felt like 10 years out of date to me, was the best way I could describe it.
Yeah, it seems like a 360 game.
Yeah, but it's like copying Destiny stuff. I just don't understand what they're thinking with some of the stuff. It's so boring. Like even Anthem was pushing it, and they had the clout of BioWare behind them. Like, Outriders is made by the Bulletstorm and Gears of War Judgment people. I mean, you can pretty much leave it on that.
I don't know how in like this time where gaming is now that companies are willing to give development teams money for a Destiny clone. Like with battle royales as big as they are, how are these games getting made when they're clearly not a good investment? Like, if someone went up to you and was like, "Can I borrow like a couple million to make a Destiny clone?" Who would say yes? Like with the clone climate.
Well, it's because they say yes like 3+ years ago, when Destiny's in its peak, and just somehow forget that. Oh yeah, it takes years to make games. So when the trends come around.
Surely this isn't a 3+ year development.
It's not easy to make games like this. They're like really complicated, these loot-based...
Also, it's Square Enix, and they're not really known for like fantastically knowledgeable decisions. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, they released Avengers like a few months ago.
Oh fuck. Yeah. It started development in 2015.
Are you serious? It's one of those.
Apparently. I cannot say, but apparently it did. Holy shit.
I was not impressed. I was not impressed at all.
I didn't understand why every single live service, they all have these really long intros.
Yeah, and the intros that don't teach you anything really. Like the actual gameplay portion was, you can't interact with anything. Like your gun is like down, so you can't shoot, and you can just like run around in a straight line while listening to exposition, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and the thing is, in all of these as well, the story is totally fucked from the fact that it's a live service.
Yeah.
I've got. I had a similar experience. I bought 1 month of Ubisoft Plus because I was like, I want to try out Valhalla. And immediately I was just like, this story sucks. And I did like I must have played the game, like the proper game, because like for 5 minutes you're like a kid just walking around, and then I must have played for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. I got to the first like boss fight. You just fight this dude, and it killed me because I just noticed like, wow, you take a lot of damage. So I thought, I'm just going to attack this guy until he hits me back one more time, see if it kills me or if this is, like whatever. And it killed me. And I just auto-forward because I was like, you know what, this game is expecting me to put in more effort to actually in its combat than they put into designing it. So fuck them. And I just cancelled the subscription instantly and uninstalled the game. So I must have played Valhalla for like 15 minutes before being like, no, this sucks.
Yeah, we're not.
And that's kind of a live service as well.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff about Valhalla. Like, oh, it's actually good.
Fucking
it's
shit.
It's not the forest, so I don't care.
But like, what does actually good even mean anymore? Like Fallout 76 is considered good now. Like the Snyder Cut's considered good now.
I was reading a book today. I got something for you. I got a great one for this. Lowering our expectations is like a small price to pay for just like being satisfied. Is basically it. That's reality. That's like video game
reality. And it's also
reality.
when you have a comparison point that is so negative that anything in contrast looks great by comparison. Like it can't get much worse than the state like 76 was in when it first came out. So of course, now comparatively it seems like awesome.
I wouldn't say just that though. I'd say comparative to the landscape of live services, Fallout 76 is pretty decent.
Which goes against what we were saying a few months ago. We were ragging on 76 pretty hard.
I don't know.
Why have you changed your team?
My opinion stays the same.
I mean,
I feel like there's an okay game buried in it somewhere, but it's just so poorly optimized. I just hate playing it.
No, they fucked up big time on the optimization. All of us playing on decent PCs can barely get 60 frames.
Yeah, there's no excuse for this performance.
Not even running at max settings.
No.
It's the same problem with like Skyrim.
Yeah, it just
the kind
feels
of shit
bad.
They should have ironed out. They should have ironed it out ages ago. But there is enough game in Fallout 76. Like
there's a big map to explore at the very least.
There's a map to explore. There's a gameplay loop. There's like dialogue options now.
Do you think the reason this one has survived is because it's attached to an IP that already has the love and affection for it? Like,
I don't think the people that like Fallout 76.
Really? You don't think that helps? Like the aesthetic of it and the fact it's a Fallout game? Because like the fact Anthem was not connected to anything else. Maybe if it was like set in the Mass Effect universe, but it was still like the same thing. I could imagine that being more successful, but I don't know.
It might be more successful because of the name of Fallout, but not in the way that Fallout fans want to play it because it's Fallout.
I guess it's leaning more into the Fallout 4 way of doing Fallout, where it's just about building shit and a big map to explore.
But I do think there is something to the gameplay loop of like just going to a place. No matter what you find, it's useful to you in some way. And then accumulating all these different resources so you can improve yourself.
If I could like explore the map and it felt as good as like Destiny does, with the shooting and stuff, then maybe I could get down. But when you actually come to the actual engagement, the combat and the way it runs, that's where it falls apart for me.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess it depends what
But
you're
that being
having.
said, accessibility is a big thing, and something that has always turned me off Destiny is with the grind of Destiny, like
It's just an accepted part of it. You just have to play a certain amount in order to play certain.
But there was so much that like I didn't know that this was a thing. You're supposed to go and get your daily challenges and then go and do a certain strike.
It's
and
like
all
an
this shit.
order, like an efficient way to play it. Yeah.
And I don't like having to go out of the game to find out how to play the game.
Mm-hmm. It's just the way it is with a lot of shit now. Like, it's the only way I've learned about Apex is by going and like just reading about it and watching about it, because I don't play it enough to like learn what the metas are every time there's like a season change and stuff. I can't keep on top of it otherwise.
Yeah, I wish seasons would stop being a thing. It gives devs like an excuse to not complete something. Nothing can be a satisfying. It's like a meal that they intentionally take a third away from, so that you're hungry for more.
The thing I read out a second ago, because I've been taking notes on as I read shit at the moment, but because my whole thing is writing about this, but it's like a small lowering your expectations of what you should get from a game. I don't know, at any one time. Is a small price to pay for regular low quality content. It's like, that's the exchange. It's like, look, it's fine. We're not going to give you everything all at once, but we guarantee we'll give you a little bit every time. You're just about to break. We'll give you a bit more.
Yeah, this is
keep you going.
This is what I find fascinating about Destiny, because I felt like that breaking point came when Destiny 2 came out, but I guess I was in the minority with that, because everyone was saying how good Destiny 2 was, and all it took was for what was it called, Forsaken, to come out, and everyone was just okay with Destiny again, and everyone forgot about
everyone.
All the bullshit.
Yeah, that's the season that people to this day still look back on, and they're like, oh wow, Forsaken, that was so good, and there's still people that say Destiny 1 is better.
But again, you just can't talk about Destiny without the context of all the people with the Stockholm Syndrome. Like, I've all been there with it. It's just, it's so difficult to talk about games like that.
I'm on the end of I'm at I think I've said it maybe a few weeks ago. I'm just at a point where unless something significant changes with their approach to content, I'm not going to be playing it with the next big expansion. You know, there's like no reason for me to.
Yeah, and some of the decisions they make, like in that last expansion they did, with the whole gimmick was you got like a new power, right? And they even introduced a new mechanic where you can kind of upgrade your new power in ways, right? But I never even really got to experiment with that, because it was all about like grinding to unlock new abilities. And during playing the campaign, they didn't give you the option to unlock new ways to play with it. And like in the Stripe playlist, that it was never the burn, so you like couldn't even use your new power. It just seemed like really bizarre design to me, because in Destiny 1, where they introduced new powers, it was all about encouraging you to use it and like actually getting you to engage with the new stuff. So I was super confused by stuff like that.
Well, I think that's one of the big issues to me with a lot of games. I mean, we've been talking about this game, and I remember a few weeks ago I was talking about what it is that makes a certain game successful, and I was really trying to find this, like, this is the blueprint for every game to be successful, and then I was like, well, that isn't it. It's just, you just have to consider certain games need certain things to be enjoyable. Fallout 76 is reasonably enjoyable because, I mean, it's kind of got a crap factor, but it has a really big map, and you get a feeling of exploring. You know, you get that feeling in it. But Destiny, and you're rewarded, for exploring in this game. You know, typically, so you go here, you find something, or you kill something. Oh, there you go, I've got this thing. 76, sorry. And then in Destiny, you don't actually you don't find anything ever. You don't really go anywhere ever.
It's very curated.
You go to the same few places constantly, and the only thing that's ever going to change is how quickly you get through it.
Yeah, I never feel like I'm actually in a true environment that isn't like being ultra controlled. It doesn't feel like a living world to me, despite the rhetoric. They're always going on about it being a living, breathing world, when it's more just like a bunch of really obvious, obtuse systems that you can't not see it as a bunch of systems, a bunch of hallways joined by like Wi-Fi connections. Anyone have anything else for the first half before we jump into the next?
Just Assassin's Creed Valhalla is shit.
We'll see after these Fallout messages.
Jarmedia shirts, now, or I'm gonna hurt you. Description below.
Hello. This is the part of the show where we go over to our Patreons over at Patreon. We give them a bit of a shout out. So a big thank you to Mr. Chips wearing a deerstalker looks through a magnifying glass at an empty toilet. Review Tech Goon Cave. Review Tech Mr. Worldwide. Cyphia. The only undisputed Lithuanian goon. Big Joe. The Jar Boys discuss the long history of poo and farts too in their new HBO show Scooby-Poo Jar Incorporated. Danny Green Art on Instagram. Take my advice, Rookie. You ever fall for a woman, make sure she's got balls. Jamie. Ikben Jam. Tonios Welt. The Giant Enemy Spider. May from Overwatch freezes James's car while he's on the M4 and gets him into a 15-car pileup. Sad Nucci shit. Oh my god, true bestie. I am a gooner, not because I don't have a life, but because I choose to coom heavy. To Momo. Plungebob Spunk Trunks. Ooh ah ya ooh ah. A random Dibby Jarling. Round these parts I know him as Leaking Long Cock Leonard. My dick is very long and I'd be pissing and coming, hence the name. Crash Punk. James is just a nice version of Gareth from the UK office. The only office. Snort, Mingadinger, etc, etc. Minecraft Slavery Mod. Fancy Nancy. I'm gonna say the Squidward. Lil Ducky. Big Chungus. Oh my goodness, this candy is so sour. Everyone wants to know who is in Paris. Nobody is asking how they're doing in Paris. Yemi the Ferret. Salad 538. James bonds with the Razorhead baby over a mutual love of imported car parts. I've bought more of them. Don't check out Nate's minifigs on Instagram. Check out D's nuts. Adam McBride.
Krusty Kamikaze. If James is pissed a dick, who is Chitta ass? Ooh, I'm having gay sex. You say Jarlings have repressed gay feelings, but joke's on you, I'm pansexual. Harriet Broadley, the passionate gooner. Big Cheeser. Servals are kinda cool. Goon Eternal. My tongue is fat. My tongue... Wrench, where is the wrench? Oh, there it is. Hey, I'm stuck. Hey, my tongue is fat. Annie? Ong, ing, ooh, I. The Dupester, aka KSI LGBTQ+. Out of the damn way, aka Review Tech Blackwater. Spartan, to change your armor coating, select it on the Survival Viewer. The Bush. KSI, please stop wearing my mother's wedding dress. Imported guest. Or yeah, mate, it's me, KSI, not gonna stop wearing that wedding dress. The fabric is so silky, bruv. You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Easter boy. Gilbert, the awesome one. Sir, permission to leave the station. For what purpose, piss a dick? Spin time. Mission granted. Nate's minifigs, check me out on Instagram. Jarvis, upload enough review text into my brain to put me to sleep for the next month. Cortana, wake me when Jar needs me. Squidward tennis balls, 011IE2. Mr. Cheesy, what sits that crunch on its head 1000? Okay, I'll ask you one more time, who was in Paris? Check out these fat nuts on Instagram, aka Wanker Cock. Big Mouth episode 7, The Douche Awakens. Cobalt Rad, Squirty Cum, Drain My Cock Johnson. Chaser the Dragon, my ancestors are smiling at me, Review Tech Tamriel. Can you say the same? Shit Slurp'em. Usually costs quite a bit more to get our fancies read to us. Hence all the gay love. Check out at No It's Alex, like the New York Knicks on Instagram. Joseph Jewish Jarling. Yeah, sounds very good, James. Fondle his balls a little. That's good. Stroke it a little faster. Now we're getting somewhere. Fing fing, fong fang fong, finger fonga fanger.
Jack, Tom Fudging Armstrong. Welcome to the Islamic Communist Revolution. The Christian capitalist status quo has gone on too long. Hi honey, I'm home from the future. Piss drinkers unleashed. I didn't get the back piece tattoo of Argyle. Aaron Kavanagh. Tonido. Ooh, a piece of candy. Michael Mann 2000. Stephen is human. Connor Tarder. Butter me up some porn on the cob. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Harbor. Greetings Corncast viewers. Make sure you're using the provided Jar 4DX pocket pussies to get the full experience. Katia fucking Manigan. And wait, where's David Wallace? Did he unsubscribe from us? This is breaking my heart. David, please. James Lover 2988. Among Us for me is quick, becoming like minions, insufferable. Thomas Martin. We all will remember David Wallace, but will anyone remember Evan Pierce? I noticed the Thomas Evan combo died, and so did I. Quahog Police Department supports gamers. Quebec Films. Chris Warren. Check Nick's Instagram. Minifigs. Aura. Mercedes. Cool Dip Chip. Pitch got a Venus. Numa Banana. Ben Fartbag. George Kenwood Parker. Gez. Fiddle aka The Cream Dimension. Dream Awful 2142. Fiona Gorman. Melvin Brother of the Joker. King Kong Fan 3. Pissamole Guacamole.
Big thanks to Making Dibby by Jarking Heads. Acolyte, I'm sorry I cheated on you, piss a dick. I couldn't help myself around your sister. Milk a tit, says Drinker Mouth. Lilith, Danny G Based Lord. Woodpecker from Mars. Mama Death Stranding Butthole Pics. Check out Nate's Minifigs on Instagram. Lewis, Big Boy Borshro Horsborough. Ferdia Pleeman. Sam Buckley. Please forgive my Freudian pussy lips. Ideal and the Real. Bruh. Sam. Mordekaiser Mains Rise Up. Adam Johnston. Tom Buis. Juan Hernandez. Jam. SpongeBob SquarePant. Honey, I swear I'm not. Logie Bear. Born to Piss, Forced to Drink. Sneeze a Nose. Big Whoops. Gremblow. He's coming too, roger that. That gaming gangster, he games when nobody else be looking. He game when the gamers least deserve the gaming, but he do it anyway. Big Cheese, Kuta Panda, 1101110, N. Lucy Ty is an Asian anal queen. Randy ruins Patreon. The Pooh Man. I bet Shane Dawson's husband is regretting it. Katia fucking Manigan, and David Wallace. Thanks everyone. Welcome to the second half of the Corncast, where we answer questions from the Corn community. If you want to leave your own questions, head over to r/fnaf, where you can ask whatever you want. Like what Set Economy 4140 is going to start us off with. Can we go back to r/jarmedia, please? Was the top voted one. And I mean, we're all down for that happening, but as we said earlier, we're kind of just at the whim of whoever's in control, the ones above Jar.
Yeah, because we're definitely not in control. I don't think we ever have been.
Caesar the What has won. Thanks to Jar Media, I actually gained the courage to quit my 40-hour warehouse job that nearly ruined me mentally and physically. I've been on my own since high school, so having lads of the same age argue in my ear every Monday made me realize life is too beautiful to slave it away. Since quitting, I've landed a nice part-time barista gig in a local coffee shop and got on medication. I'm in a loving relationship where I cook and clean for her and life is good. Game on, Jowlings, it gets better after high school. Do you boys have any tips for young adults who need that extra push? Other than that, can we get a yeah, ooh, yeah for the homies who are struggling right now?
This is clearly a king, so I don't know. I think.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sounds like you've worked it all out. You've advised everybody on what to do.
Yeah.
We don't even need. We just platformed it.
Can you advise us?
Yeah.
No, but well done on getting out of a warehouse job, because they are like, I've done that type of shit, like, you know, out of school. It does just fuck with you a lot, and it makes you think that's going to be your life, because you're like stuck in that kind of rut of this, you know, like 40-hour weeks, and it's just physically and mentally exhausting. So it's good. I'm happy that you managed to get out of that. But yeah, and I hope you are really good at making coffee. But I guess like this person seems like they figured it out. But just be positive and know that if you are in a horrible job, that if you put effort into change it, you can. And there's better jobs out there, and there's actually like a better work-life balance as well. I guess that's my advice.
Yeah,
Work-life balance is the key.
Yeah, no, it generally is.
Work-life balance. Work-life balance.
There was something going around on Twitter recently. I saw it, and it was this TikTok of this guy, and he's like, "This is my daily routine: get up at like 4 o'clock, go to work at Asda till like 10, then do Amazon delivery from like 10 till fucking 2, then it's some other delivery job from like 2 till like 6, and then like from like 6 till 10 at night it's Uber Eats." And it just blew my mind that people would actually put themselves through that, because that's not like motivating or inspiring.
Yeah, it's kind of, to me, that's like, so you're platforming your failure to have done anything like else.
Yeah.
And just suggesting that like to grind forever in jobs that don't pay particularly well is something that one should aspire to, and not just one shit job, but like 4
in a day. It's not even a grind though, because if you just did a bit of overtime, a normal office job, you'd get more experience and rise up the ladder in an office and get more money, because that's how
have more time. Like, imagine how surely he must be quite uninteresting. You know, it's like, what does that guy have to talk about? Work. Yeah. That's it. Just work.
But if that's what you're doing every day, you're getting like minimum like 5 hours sleep. Severely bad for people our age. That's like really unhealthy.
Well, the human body should be getting like a decent 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, so if you're doing that at a young age for like a good few years, you're fucking up your body a fair bit.
You're gonna have really bad farts probably for your whole life.
Yeah,
if you do
the
that.
farts are gonna be atrocious.
They're gonna fucking stink.
But you're probably not earning that much money if you're working for Uber Eats and like Amazon. You're not getting like mega money. It's like, what's the point? Don't do that. But loads of people are like, "Oh, he's a hard-working lad. All the people criticising him can work just as hard." And it's like, no, I'm not going to slave away to megacorps to make the money.
It's the expectation that you should just be happy for your lot and never ask for more.
Mm-hmm.
Be happy with your lot and work really hard.
And working hard is good, but like if you have to work 4 jobs in order to have like a stable lifestyle, that's kind of indicating a failure of a system.
He wants to do that, I guess. That's fine, but I don't think he should serve as an inspiration to anybody else or an example of what one should be doing, because I don't believe that is what one should be doing. No. There's more to life. Way more to life.
It's because people look at like people who run companies as if they're the idols and who we should be striving to be, when they're all psychos, all like these business people, these higher up people. They're all like just psychos who are just, their brains are just built for working in these insane environments and trying to be these elite people. It's like, it's only going to wind up one way. The average person is just going to work themselves to death trying to follow this line of thinking.
It's like the motivational posts on Instagram, like, "Oh, like this comment if you're gonna own a Lamborghini one day." Like, who the fuck likes this shit? You're clearly not gonna own a Lamborghini if you're on Instagram.
The hard part is keeping it, motherfucker.
Yeah, that is the hard part of getting a Lamborghini, is keeping the Lamborghini afterwards.
Just don't buy the Lamborghini, you'd never lose the Lamborghini.
What's your side hustle, Alex?
Bricklink. Yeah, my OnlyFans as well helps. No, nah, me only death says, who is the FNAF Chica of the group? Basically the one with the biggest ass / boobs.
Jamie.
Sorry, boobas.
Why are you saying me?
I've seen your ass.
Okay, so Jim's the Chica of the group. It's fine by me. I don't have any strong opinions on that one, I've got to be honest. Zealous Ideal / Web 5767 has a nice one for us that I hope is real. Hello, me and my friends watch from Indonesia. We translate every word to understand English fun, but you videos are enjoyable. My question is, you superhero, would you kiss hot girl? Thank you.
Yes, I'd kiss all hot girls.
Yeah. That's the duty of a superhero.
If you're superhero, would you kiss hot girl? What if you were like the gay Green Lantern?
I'd kiss hot boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't the question. But I suppose I'll take it.
You just kiss whoever. There's no. Wait a fucking minute.
No, because superheroes don't get paid like a wage.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a minimum wage.
Do you
for a superhero.
Do you not think you get a paycheck if you're an Avenger?
No,
You don't get on Iron Man's payroll.
Do you think Thor gets paid?
Well,
he gets shares
he's
in
the
the
unique
company,
one because he's the most godlike one.
He gets paid
Yeah.
in kisses.
Yeah.
I think they get shares in the company, and so it's up to them to make sure the company is valued highly at all times.
They get one
so
Stark coin.
Yeah, they get a Stark coin, redeemable at several chosen outlets.
Alistair_13 asks, opinions on song length. I personally don't like songs past 12 minutes. What is the longest a song can be that you won't listen to it?
More than 4.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. Long songs don't do it.
I think 25 minutes. That's probably where I'd be like, okay, that's enough now.
That's a full fucking album at that point.
Well,
It depends what the song is trying to do.
Yeah, and it depends if it earns the full listen.
Yeah.
Lies. Yeah, but you could just make another song.
No, I want to listen to the long song. I want an album, a 10-track album. Every track is 25 minutes long. That's what I want.
The best long song is Too Long by Daft Punk.
It's not even long, mate.
It's not even long.
Too long is not long enough.
Yeah, too long isn't.
No,
too long isn't long enough.
It's too long.
No, for real. I think Too Long should be longer.
No.
I'm going to be honest,
Bullshit,
I don't
talking
like
shit.
that song. I never ever listened to Too Long.
Oh, shut up. You're talking shit.
See, now James is here. James is jumping in to defend Too Long when he's complained about songs being too long. But now all of a sudden Too Long isn't too long and he likes Too Long.
I do like Too Long because I like Daft Punk.
Proper French house, isn't it? That proper French house track.
Yeah, that's what shit, mate.
Okay, this one's 6 minutes. Oh, no, 6 minutes is the perfect spot. Just for music in general.
I think it depends on the song. There are some songs that shouldn't be 6 minutes.
No,
Some songs should.
You're talking shit.
No, I really appreciate when an album is 5 2.5-minute songs.
Oh yeah, and it's the top of the chart. But I like it when it's 3-minute songs, but there's 50 of them in an album, so you get all the Spotify listens. Drake.
I'm sorry, I got to interrupt, but I just had a toothpick in my mouth, sticking out, and Billy's on the desk, and she just bit the toothpick out of my mouth. She's got a toothpick in her mouth.
Red Nut has one for us. Hello, you fucking goons. Alex said he's working his way through classic HBO shows. Will this include the first season of True Detective? I just watched it for the first time recently and thought it was fantastic, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I especially love the part where Woody Harrelson told Matthew McConaughey, "Wow, you really are the true detective."
Cringe.
I actually rewatched it in 2020. I'd seen it before too. I think it was my third time watching it. Yeah, it's one of my favorite miniseries, the first season of True Detective.
Is it mini?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, it's only 8 episodes, isn't it? 8 to 10 episodes. But
it's been a long time.
Yeah. I wouldn't watch season 2, but I do need to check out season 3 because apparently it ties in somewhat to the first season, tangentially or something. And their leading actors seem really good, so I will try and jump into that. When was the last time you guys saw season 1 of True Detective?
When it came out.
2013, yeah.
It is. I like it more probably than the way I remembered it, and I already kind of romanticized it in my head. But it's just really, really, really good.
Yeah, I'd happily pay for an HBO streaming service.
Yeah, I definitely would as well.
Joseph Jewish Jarling has one for us. Hey Jar, I hope everyone is doing well. Just a little life update. I'm on my 5th year of listening to Jar and my 2nd year of university studying in psychology, eminently inspired by James. I've still got 8 more years to go, but so far I'm happy to report that it's been going really well for me. I of course continue to build Lego as I build my academic prowess. There's something I've started in my life recently that I was wondering if Jar could share any light on. I know this is a topic/question that's been addressed before, but I'm a slave to trends, so here I go. A month and a half ago I started my own brand new podcast. It's called The Communal Conversation. Feel free to leave this out. I don't want to milk for shoutouts. No, this is Joseph Jewish Jarling. He gets special treatment. I've been having a ton of fun doing it, and I've been getting really good feedback from all my family and friends. Each episode I have a different guest with a different topic, structured as an open dialogue on whatever the subject is at the time. I absolutely love doing it, and I was wondering if any of you would have advice on how to expand my brand better. It's awesome having a bunch of great friends and family watching, but I do hope to expand it at least a little bit further. Are there any epic advice you could give or offer? That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for reading. All the best to all you mingers.
See, okay, Joseph, we got this. What you do is you go on Twitter, you steal a popular tweet, make it go viral, and then
reply
get
to
an
it.
OnlyFans. That's basically it. That's just how you that's how it goes.
There's some people that sell ads underneath their viral tweets.
Yes, the fucking vibrator one.
Yeah, the vibrator.
But as far as growing your show, I guess really the main thing you can do is just be consistent with it. So the people that know and like whatever you're doing know when to get more of it. And then I guess it's more based on the guests you can get and how, just the consistency of it and whatever the theme is. No one's going to say it's easy to grow a show like this, but you just got to keep doing it for a long time.
So make sure you're really hilarious and funny and engaging and clever all the time, constantly.
Enroth69 has one for us. Hello boys, after last week's story about poo, I felt like I had to share my giant poo story. During my last year of high school, someone took a giant poo in the toilet and left without flushing. Usually this would piss me off, but the poo was so massive that it was virtually impossible to flush, so I respect it. The poo was so big that it clogged the drain, kind of like the ship in the Suez Canal. Since it was virtually unflushable, the janitor had to come in with a garbage bag and dispose of it. I have the utmost respect for janitors now. This event has now become legendary within our school community, and my younger cousin and I share the story to many laughs from our family during holidays and birthdays. After we've eaten, of course, we're not savages. Kind of like the Zodiac killer, we don't have 100% proof of who the culprit was, although we do have a prime suspect. The suspect will remain nameless. Also, at another school, there was a guy calling himself the Phantom Shitter who would shit on the floor and post pictures anonymously. What a cunt. I do have a video of the poo that I can post on the subreddit if you're interested in seeing it. I won't post it if that's violating any rules or if that's just too fucked up. Anyways, have a good one. I don't know what the mods have decided regarding real poo pics. I don't know if it's gotten that far, if that counts as just
stick
fetish
a
material.
not safe for work tag on it and it'll be fun.
Yeah, no problem.
No, but who doesn't like looking at shit? I find it amusing when someone has got bad shit.
I sent that thing to the group, the Lloyd's Bank. The Lloyd's. Hang on, I gotta just search biggest shit in the world. biggest human shit. The Lloyd's Bank coprolite was found in 1972 beneath the site of what was to become the York branch of Lloyd's Bank, and maybe the largest example of fossilized human feces ever found, measuring 8 inches long and 2 inches wide. Actually, hang on, there's some gross parts. Analyses of the stool has indicated that its producer subsisted largely on meat and bread, whilst the presence of several hundred parasitic eggs suggests they were riddled with intestinal worms.
Oh,
Just meat
wasn't
and
there
bread.
someone, Ruben, in your place of living, in a pub, they got arrested because they broke into a pub and shat on the floor?
It's not ringing any bells.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, ignore me.
I don't know. Yeah.
Why would you break in and shit on the floor unless it was fueled by some kind of revenge thing? Why would you not just go to the toilet?
I swear, no, because it was someone it's a university.
No, see, the only person I was going to see if my one of my old flatmates was was on Discord right now. I was going to ask him, like, do you know about this? But he's not on, guys. Sorry, I can't verify
I
this.
swear it was you that told me this story. He had to like pay a fine because he broke into a pub and shat on the floor.
I guess the point is, everyone seems to have their own poo story. We're just obsessed with poo. We're just
What's
monkeys.
your poo story, Alex?
The time Floss ate my poo was pretty funny.
Oh, there's a poo story where I said a dog walked into my work and did a shit, but it was all this joke to annoy Alex.
And it didn't annoy me, it just made me pleased. Why would it annoy me?
No, it wasn't to annoy you, it's just a fake story. To like, I don't know, it's on Jar. It's one of the Jar episodes, I remember.
Yeah, it was about like a golden retriever that like came into your work.
Retriever. Like, poo stories are the best. We all have poo stories. I shit in a bidet. That was a thing.
Can somebody Google how many times a human poos in their lifetime? Just so we can just.
It'd be about 1 million or 2.
No, it wouldn't be fucking 1 million.
Jim, at the moment I'm pooing like 4 or 5 times a day. But
you're not the average person.
It'll be you poo at least once a day, so it'll be that times 365 times 80. That's probably the average.
What?
Yeah, you poo every day of the year, then you times that by the years you're going to be alive, which is like 80.
Okay, so 365 times
80.
Like 75.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, that's fair.
What the apparently, a normal bowel movement is anywhere from 3 times a day to 3 times a week. 3 times
That's
a
a
week.
huge bracket.
Yeah, 3 times a week would be quite alarming if it was me.
Yeah.
Oh, I get scared if I've not shit for more than a day.
Yeah.
I notice I didn't shit yesterday. I'm terrified.
So I did 365 times 75.
Yep, how many?
That's 28,000.
Wow.
So 28,000 potentially divided by 3.
Why is that depressing?
You could be halfway through all of the shits you do in your life. That's fucking scary, bro.
The average human being in their life will produce over 11,000 kilos of shit. That's based on the average lifespan of an American man. Where did they live till this?
So the average man is like 2 kilos.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't go via Americans.
Yeah, no, a genuine rule in everything you do is you always have to find the UK example.
Yeah, they've got Taco Bell, so...
Yeah, what country produces the most shit? It probably is America.
Yeah, no, it's America. Or
even
China?
with like a small percentage of the population.
No, China doesn't.
Why not China?
Or India.
They don't have enough food to like share to like poo out.
I'd say it's India. Because, man, there's a lot of people in India.
True.
Yeah, maybe it's just a population thing.
No, it'll be something tiny like Monaco. Monaco makes the most shit.
Maybe it's shit per capita. It depends on what we're assessing. Is it just shit total or shit per capita?
Then surely London's top tier then. That's got to be higher from the shit scale.
Why?
The Richter scale. Oh, I can't do that joke. The Richter scale, but it's for shitting.
Yeah, the Richter scale, I guess. I've not got anything for this.
This is what people should be doing in university. I don't give a shit about anything else. Just find me statistics on
It's
shit.
probably someone studying it at Cambridge right now. Like just.
Oh, there's a lot you can learn from one shit.
Cambridge studies shit. Oxford studies piss.
Who does farts?
Harvard.
It's fucking dumb. Goosey McGooseface 2 has one. What can you smell right now?
Blood.
Curry.
Blood curry.
Very neutral smell right now. Just sort of like how this flat smells most of the time. There's nothing going on.
I want to say I only smell blood because I've literally had a nosebleed like a few minutes ago. So
Yeah, and I haven't showered for a while, so I smell of curry.
I can now smell beer. Yeah.
I can't smell anything. I guess hay fever has begun today as well, on top of my normal fuck nose, so I just can't smell anything.
On the subject of that, I bought I bought a different hay fever nasal spray the other day, thinking it was just like a normal hay fever nasal spray because it said it was allergy relief, and I was like, well, it's reduced right now as well, so there's a deal, so I'll get that. Anyway, it turns out you shouldn't use this one I bought for more than a week because it's just like a congestion relieving spray, and that isn't what you use for hay fever, like because you have hay fever for quite a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that can just cause you to constantly have a congested nose because of you constantly using it. You become dependent on it. You just become addicted to the nasal spray.
Oh, that's horrible.
I have to buy another one. But because it's all I have, and today's Easter Sunday, and the shops were shut. I just have to keep using it. Like this whole weekend, I've just had to keep using it.
Do it with snort.
Snort live on the car.
Yeah, I forgot it was Easter Sunday, and I fucking walked down to Tesco with my backpack.
You just got haters. Don't get.
That's right. You just
got
got
Jesus.
Tesco Express.
I went to the gas station was open, so it wasn't a complete bust.
The gas station.
Yeah, where do you live? Kentucky?
Yeah, where do you live? Oregon?
Yeah, been there for months. As soon as COVID hit, I went straight there. You know.
Idiot.
Well, I'm the one in Oregon right now having a fucking Taco Bell of a time.
I'm in the Appalachia.
I'm in Brazil.
I'm in China.
China.
Marcus Aurelius has one for us regarding this very topic, actually. Hey guys, been a listener every week for about 2.5 years. It's quite specific. And I'm finally getting around to sending a question. Before I start, I'd like to say to Alex that it felt really comforting hearing about his issues with his deviated septum. A year ago, it advanced for me to the point where I lost the ability to breathe at all through my nose and started getting constant migraines, and now I'm waiting to get the surgery Alex was talking about. Hearing Alex talk about the pain it caused him made me feel like I'm not alone. Life is so much harder now, and nobody in my life seems to understand because for most people, a deviated septum is not a major concern. Once I get the surgery, I'll update you on my situation to help you decide if it's something you want to go through with. So thank you, Alex, just for showing me that there are people out there who get it. Anyways, the question I wanted to ask is, what do the four of you guys consider the main important goal in your life? Stuff like having your own business, apart from Jarmedia, I mean. Finding love, making the world a better place, anything really. Love hearing your guys' take on philosophy. Also, what brands of hand lotion are the cast of Breaking Bad? Thanks, guys. You don't have to answer that one necessarily.
Not answering that.
Skids and drifting.
Yeah, literally, that's it. Skids. Break the law and do skids.
I don't know.
Inner peace. That's my main goal.
Inner peace. Yeah.
It's the goal.
Become a Buddhist.
Just be, I'm a mindful guy. I'm a normal guy. I'm a mindful sort of guy, but when I get a little sugar in me, I'm going to stop there. I don't know, that's a big question, isn't it, really? And the only way you can answer it is by giving a really, I can answer like inner peace, because it's just like, yeah, I'm going to do everything it takes to achieve. It's like, it's quite basic in terms of, I guess, wording, but huge concept.
Yeah, that's my answer.
Fat nuts, maybe, as well.
No, why did you talk about fat nuts all the fucking time?
Goon. I'm going to goon my life away.
If you goon, your nuts shrink.
A long time goon. Is that true? Do your nuts actually just straight up shrink?
I don't know.
Why would they?
Yeah.
I don't know. You're the one that said it, and I thought you were like the expert on this stuff.
I didn't say it.
Yeah. James, you are the expert on gooning, I'm afraid.
He is.
I thought, the fart studiers or whatever, maybe a few years ago, that's what they were doing. The gooning studies.
I don't think gooning shrinks your nuts. I don't think anything shrinks your nuts.
Well, certain things.
Radiation, right?
Yeah.
You know what I think it is?
Steroids.
You know what? I've got it. The thing to do is just remember what Obi-Wan says. Be mindful of your thoughts, Anakin. They betray you.
Also, this weapon is your life.
Too.
You know the
There
bar
comes a
in
time
China at the start of Temple of Doom. It's called Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The bar
It
is.
was called the Kenobi or something, yeah.
Ooh.
Jim, you got anything?
No, I reject goals.
Well, on that note...
You just... No. Goals are bad, but goals taint you. Just live like a fucking dog.
Oh, we're back on this. I live like a dog.
Well, you got a dog bed, James. If
I've slept in a dog bed, under a bed, with a dog. Not that uncomfortable.
They look quite cozy, actually, dog beds. I sort of wish human beds were designed more with like the enclosure aspect.
yeah,
you know?
having the like walls around it is quite nice.
I love that. I love feeling safe like that. You know, it's a very animalistic thing to feel safe when you sleep.
Do you know what? The best thing about my room is because I've got one of those inbuilt like wardrobes. The bed, the only place the bed can actually go in the wall is like in. So on both sides of the bed's a wall. So I'm like in a little corner. So no matter where I look, I'm next to a wall. It's perfect.
It's nice. Yeah.
It's so good.
Can't be snuck up on in the night.
No.
Yeah. You can't be sneak attacked for 2 times damage in the middle of the night.
But it means I can't go anywhere if someone were to break in. I'm by the wall.
You have to attack. You have to have a plan. Attack.
That's why you got to have your bedside weapon.
Yeah, no, the iPad.
Yeah, the
Have you
iPad
still
would probably
got
be
that?
pretty
Yeah,
good, to be honest.
it's just a weapon now. That's all it's used for. It's there if, in worst case scenario.
I've got Sleepy Oleg.
I just have my choice of shotguns, you know, my Nerf shotguns on the wall.
I've got hallucinatory
Fortnite
psychedelic.
Nerf joke.
I have hallucinatory psychedelic drugs.
See,
That's
no,
how I get through the night.
if someone did break in and you were quick enough to hit them in the eye with the Nerf shotgun, that would change the course of the battle.
You would need to use VATS. You would definitely need to.
You definitely need to use VATS for that kind of accuracy.
Yeah.
Because it would really disorientate you, and you could just kick them down the stairs.
It might just anger them too, and just
No.
Do you ever wish that your house would get invaded?
no, never.
I want it to be like Home Alone, you know. Cool montage, like in Home Alone 3, the best one. Well, this is my town. Watch your step as you come around. That's the song that plays as he's preparing his house.
This is Ruben's town. Watch your step
Is that
when
the one
you
that has
come around.
Donald Trump in it?
No, that's Home Alone
that's
2,
the second
which is one of the like good ones.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 2.
No, Home Alone 3.
He said 3. Try listening, maybe.
Sorry.
On the hall to the right.
I was just
I'm
too
actually
busy
What's he
concluding the show, you know?
No, I want to come across like a cool cat burglar, and then it's sort of like a
What, like an Eric Andre, like
yeah, like
fucking
he's
like a cat.
clicking every on beat and stuff. And
Hmm.
there's like a whole like detective story trying to find out who the cat burglar is, like the Simpsons episode.
See, I live in a ground floor flat, and for some reason that scares me more than the idea of a house, even though technically, like, if I was going to break into somewhere, I wouldn't break into someone, like, into a block of flats. I'd break into a house. For some reason, the ground floor flat seems less protected than a house.
No, I get where you're coming from.
But it's silly of me to think that, because...
No, actually, it's quite reasonable. I heard 60% of ground floor flat livers
Get
burgled and butchered.
Well, on that note, I mean, I think that's it for this episode, guys. I'm dying over here.
Row.
Okay.
Row.
Make sure you subscribe to the Fallout 76 subreddit, which we have nothing to do with, but it's definitely recommended.
Row.
And just, stay safe out there in the wilds.
Appalachia.
Yeah, in the Appalachian wilds.
Row.
We'll goon you next time.
Row.